Hello, welcome to the Leverton on Everything podcast. I'm Leverton, and this is Everything, a daily podcast where I literally review everything in under 10 minutes. Today, I'm going to review the K-drama Crash Landing on You. I gave it 9 out of 10 stars. I have watched maybe about 35 K-dramas in various genres, and this is the first to extensively deal with the fact that Korea is one country with two political systems. It does this in a sort of fantastical way where a lot of the harsher aspects of life in North Korea are softened. One of the consultants on this show said that it is about 60% accurate. This is done mainly for the purpose of the story, because if it were entirely accurate, it would be a very short show. Because basically what happens is that some Korean celebrity is parachuting for some reason, and the wind blows her to North Korea. So it's about how she's trying to get back to South Korea. So if it was accurate, then she would just be arrested and never return, right? What it does do very well is portray North Korea as a country where people actually live. I know that's a strange thing to say, but I've watched media from many different historical eras, from different countries, documentary films and fiction films, so I can imagine what it's like to live in, for example, Mexico, the United States, Russia, or India. And while my imagination might differ wildly from reality, I kind of have an idea of what life is like for people who live in those places. But apart from the brutality of the North Korean regime, I have never thought about the ordinary things that North Koreans must deal with. I'm sure they fall in love and they have problems which are typical of all human beings. And this series does a great job of portraying them in that, of portraying that in a fun way. The acting is great, and some of the scenes are funny. It's not my favorite K-drama, but I think if you were only going to watch one K-drama in your entire life, this would be a good choice. Yeah, it's called Crash Landing on You. And if you were only going to ever listen to one podcast in your entire life, of course, this is the first one, but if you're going to listen to another one, you could listen to my Disney podcast, Death by Disney, where I asked the question, will I go mad if I watch all of the Disney movies in chronological order? So follow along with that journey. Thanks, bye.